Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council. I am really happy and I'm excited to be here tonight, not only to present the good hard work of our department, but I'm excited because my mother told me at least I would be able to say something tonight. So she's excited that I'm actually making a presentation tonight. Um, There has been a change in our presentation. We consulted with the city attorney's office, and there you'll see there is a slide 28A and a slide 28B. We have copies for the public here, and then we also have given you all copies. So again, my name is Terrell Harrison. I'm the Culture and Community Services Director, and we will move forward with our department slides. Okay. So, yeah, great. So I want to bring your attention. That is our mission. That is our vision. But I also want everybody to pay close attention to our values. Um, our values are respect our customers, compassion for our customers, collaboration with our partners. We celebrate diversity within the city of Oxnard. And we also deliver services with integrity. And one of the things that I've said in the past, I know Councilman Perello remembers this, is that the community trusts us with their two most valuable assets. That is their children, and that is their parents, our seniors. Moving forward, you'll see our Cultural and Community Services has three different divisions. The Cultural Arts Division, which contains our Arts Academy and uh, our art in the chambers. I don't want to. I want to go ahead and point your attention to the art that we do have in our chambers. And I know I apologize, Julie, if I know you're going to bring attention to it. But those three were just hung today. And I think they look very nice for Black History Month, also for next month in February. We have our library, and we have our gardening program, our book club, our homework assistance, as well as many other programs, and a recreation, youth sports, senior services, and our after-school programs. Here you will see some of our programs and services, and they are social, educational, and cultural programs to meet the needs of our community. And our partnership. And this is where we're really excited because we could not do a lot of the things that, and a lot of the programs that actually that we have in our community without our partnerships. We do have our Friends of the Library that actually they raise money, they operate a gift shop, and they do many of other things for us. We have our partnership with the USDA, the Department of Agriculture, which they provide lunches for our summer lunch program. We have our Friends of Field Workers, that nonprofit that we have a partnership with, where we supply backpacks to kids, as well as help with our Santa's workshops. For our seniors programs, we have Gray Law, and they provide legal services for our seniors, and a USA Boxing, which actually provides officials and a structure so that we can do boxing in our community. So the next person I would like to introduce is our Assistant Director, Renee Rakestraw.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. Renee Rakestraw, Assistant Director. So here we have council priorities. And CCS's mission aligns closely with council priorities, particularly in advancing quality of life for our residents. The department's focus on providing inclusive cultural, recreational, library, and arts programs that promote wellness, lifelong learning, diversity, civic pride. directly supports the City Council's emphasis on youth and senior services, while also expanding access to arts and cultural opportunities and strengthening community engagement. Programs that directly align with this priority that you may have attended recently too: the Haunted Library at the South Oxnard Branch Library, South Oxnard Center Block Party, which was hosted twice this year, the Oxnard Arts Academy, and Senior in Motion for our baby boomers who are still working. Collectively, this alignment demonstrates that the department's mission is a key vehicle for achieving the council's broader goals of community well-being, inclusivity, and a vibrant and connected Oxnard. Another priority where CCS mission also aligns is organizational effectiveness. By investing to advance and support the team, ensuring we are equipped to meet the community needs. There's a few positions noted on this slide, and these were acquired over the last 5 years to support Restored and a few new programs, such as kicking off the reinvention efforts at the library, career technical education, which you see some students behind us today, a bridging program, Seniors in Motion, and programming supporting the arts and special populations. Diving a bit deeper into organizational effectiveness and investment into staff, as I like to see it, is through training and development. CCS's priority is to invest in staff training and professional development by recognizing that high quality, equitable community services rely on skilled and knowledgeable workforce. The department is committed to providing the community with a team who is well-trained in customer service, program delivery, safety, and cultural responsive programs. Investing in ongoing staff training and professional development strengthens service consistency, improves operational efficiency, and enhances the department's ability to adapt to the evolving community needs. These professional development opportunities cover topics around safety and security, de-escalation, creating positive teams, mental health, cultural responsiveness. These topics, just to name a few, support the team to effectively implement the city's vision while ensuring residents receive high quality, accessible services to meet their needs, while continuing to also uplift the quality of life of our community. Now we'll dive a bit deeper into each division within CCS, starting with our Cultural Arts Division Manager, Julie Estrada.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, members of City Council. Again, my name is Julie Estrada. I'm the Cultural Arts Programs Manager, and I get the awesome opportunity to share with you what we have done over the last 5 years in the cultural arts programs. The primary thing that we established is a motto for our division, and it is art is for everyone. We believe that art is essential for the human experience and that it has the power of creativity and culture to delight and move us, that helps us make sense of the world. This is a quick snapshot of the impact that the cultural arts programs have made in the city. Our educational programs include our arts academies, art incorporated into our after-school programs, art is incorporated in our special populations art classes. We also have our Seniors in Motion, which also does painting in the garden to help with senior wellness. Our recreation art includes our drop-in programs, like our mini murals program, our youth centers, our senior centers, and our special events include our Dia de los Muertos altar, those who visit and contribute photos to our altar every year, as well as us incorporating art into our festivals and our floats, which many aspects of our floats are handmade by our staff. Our Mini Murals program is kind of our star. It began in 2020 in the height of the pandemic in a way to bring the community together in a safe space. It was so well received that we received a general fund allocation to keep it going, and we have made a commitment of 2 events a year. So far, since that date, we have installed over 140 murals throughout Oxnard, even expanding into South Oxnard recently. The biggest takeaway for this program is we've created basically a large coloring book for the community. So that way everyone from our preschoolers to our seniors can participate regardless of their skills and abilities. Our Dia de los Muertos altar was also introduced in the last 5 years. It started in 2021, and it is held on the traditional dates of the holiday every year from November 1st through November 3rd. And we hold it right on the steps of the Carnegie, so it's a very large installment. And our art team does an awesome job of hand making all the elements, keeping everything as culturally traditional as we possibly can, while still making it exciting for our community. We have over 1,000 visitors annually who go out, whether they're dropping off photos, watching the live ceremonial performances every year, or just taking a moment to remember those they've lost. We've also started the Oxnard Arts Academy with 2 different components. We have a visual arts component as well as a music component. Our visual arts program is located in 2 library branches, various after-school programs, as well as an art studio at our Southwinds Youth Center. Our music program is held at the Colonia Recreation Center, and they offer instruction in piano, guitar, ukulele, violin, cello. They've started brass instruments, and by request of the students, they have started a mariachi ensemble recently. Art in public places is also a portion of our division. You see on this building, we have 2 large public art installations that have gone up. We also manage the existing public art, making sure that it is up to quality. We are currently undergoing a restoration of our Colonia mural. We also have the art here in council chambers. And so this month, on the heels of Martin Luther King Day, we have our Martin Luther King mural that was painted by youth participants at our 2024 community weekend, as well as prominent figures Angela Davis, Medgar Evers, and Nelson Mandela featured on the opposite wall. The Cultural Arts Division faces challenges in funding, facilities, and compliance requirements. But despite these challenges, the division has continued to provide arts programs and has served the community with a very strong impact. For example, before the budget reduction in 2019, the Cultural Arts Division solely composed of the Performing Arts Center and the Carnegie Art Museum. Since then, we still have responsibilities over those facilities, but we've expanded into arts programs directly focused on providing art to all ages and all abilities. Despite these challenges, we have continued to excel and continue to grow within our means. But with that growth has brought on its own set of needs. As our division has grown faster than our resources, there are needs surrounding funding. While we have what we need to sustain our offerings, we have limited operational funding for the cultural arts programs beyond fiscal year 26. There's a lack of a dedicated arts facility, and there remains ongoing concerns as the demand for additional programs grow. Investment in digital art programs is needed, as well as art and cultural spaces in our underserved areas. With that growth will then come needs for additional staff investment. We are still committed, as always, to continue to grow as much as we can and serve those demands that continue to grow within our department. We thank you for your continued support of our cultural arts programs. Next, I would like to turn it over to Kathleen Ashmore for our library services.
Good evening. My name is Kathleen Ashmore. I am the library manager for the Oxnard Public Library. The Oxnard Library provides a wide range of resources and services to the community. It houses the collection, which has books, audiobooks, DVDs. We do programming for all ages. We have a library of things. In addition, we offer library outreach services throughout the community, space for social gatherings, meeting rooms, study rooms for public use. In an effort to uplift these services to the current needs of our community, we have been in the middle of a library reinvention for the last several years in an effort to revitalize each of the library locations and bring the library out into the community. One of the vital projects currently underway for the library reinvention is the library network refresh. The library is currently working with a consultant group to conduct a comprehensive assessment and design for the library network infrastructure for today and also moving forward into the future. The assessment phase has just recently been completed, and the design phase should conclude at the end of May. In May, and from there, IT and library staff will work together to begin bidding out projects and really starting to work on uplifting that part of the library. Okay. This shows a snapshot of our last year. Another effort in the library's reinvention has been to restore key staffing positions to make it possible to provide these programs and to expand what we offer. These restored positions have allowed us to do additional programming and outreach opportunities, and we look forward to what we're able to do in the upcoming year. In 2025, we offered over 1,000 programs, and we had over 22,000 participants. The other thing we've been working on is improving our collection, which we circulated over 218,000 items, and that's a 10% increase over the last year. So we've been working very hard to make our collection relevant. The library partners with over 30 organizations. Some of these organizations partner with us inside the libraries, and some of these organizations, we go out into the community and partner with them there. Some partnerships, one such collaboration, we work with the Oxnard Special Populations. We work with the group homes, with our cultural arts and our OSP programs here within the CCS to provide weekly programming called Children's Color and Craft, as well as a twice monthly program called Puzzles and Play for that specific community. We also provide lunch at the library during the summer. We also work with Oxnard Adult Schools to provide ESL classes, among many, many other things. Other partnerships we have focus on outreach, bringing the library into the communities. Some examples of that is we have done library love story times, and we have been to many school visits. We also do story time outreach at the Autism Learning Center. One important element of library services is our early childhood programming and story times. We provided 276 story times for some of our youngest patrons and their families. We serving 3,700 programmings. These programs are especially important because they support early childhood development, such as social and emotional learning, and it also builds a strong foundation for literacy and for lifelong learning. STEM and art programs are also something that we provide regularly. We are a site for the Art Academy at both our main and our south branches. We have STEM programs and art crafting programs for all ages. And we also have, we had a program, a tiny art exhibit where the adults were able to come in and show off their own artistic talents and display them at the library, which just uplifts them as well as the whole community. Okay. 2025, we saw 50 book programs. This can be anything from a book club, author talks. We also have a group for aspiring writers. We had 50 programs. We had 750 participants. We've even had programs with the open mic night where people can come out and share their work. Gardening programs are also something that is very important to our staff and our patrons. We have an active seed library. We have a teen garden that teach our students about native plants and sustainable gardening. We bring in master gardener talks, and we are in the process of creating a community-based native garden to allow for our residents to come in, learn more about native garden, and expand that concept from the teen garden. We have homework assistance Monday through Thursday at both our main and our south branch. They're there every day with volunteers to help students with their homework. Part of the network refresh will include ensuring that homework center has continued and improved technological assistance for the students. In 2025, we also restored the literacy librarian position, which we're very excited about. We were able to start rebuilding that literacy program. Over the course of the last year, we've successfully launched that program and are currently recruiting new and additional tutors to meet the growing demand driven by that program success. And then in addition to those tutoring services, we offer conversation clubs for ESL learners, as well as the class I mentioned earlier. Something we're continually looking to provide skills for is sustainability. Within that program piece, we offer mending programs, sewing and mending, fiber arts programs, as well as our gardening programming series. We also have a library of things that can be circulated, such as induction stoves, C3 rain kits, park passes, and hiking packs. And we are always looking at how we can improve and help with workforce development. We recently had the Workforce Development Fair in partnership with the Ventura County Workforce Development Board. We've also had resume building programs. We've had college admission programs. We provide computer literacy appointments for anybody who needs help increasing any of those skills. Our current challenges in the library surround technology, accessibility, and policies. So the library technology is severely outdated. And even with the current status of the library network project, it will take time and funding to be able to bring everything up to par and to a standard that we want to see at the library and for our community. The library also needs upgrades and updating to ensure accessibility to the Oxnard community. This can include everything from our elevators, getting our elevators updated and modernized, space design to ensure that the space is easy to use for all of our patrons, as well as welcoming and functional for the work we want to do within that space. And it can also include work outreach services, making sure we have the ability to reach those people who don't have transportation to our locations, making sure that they're not left out without library services. So those are some of our challenges for accessibility. And then lastly, policy updates. Many of our policy updates are as old as the building, which was built in '92 for reference. And so reactivating the library board, getting that up and running so that we can update those policies and have them supporting the work we're doing moving forward.
Kathleen,
Yes.
if I may real quickly, even though the library was constructed in 1992, I'll still catch my grandparents sometimes calling it the new library. So
It's all a matter of perspective, right? Some of the needs that we see moving forward is really center around funding, manpower, and just time. updating the library, the space, the design, that's going to take funding and the time to be able to put forward some really large projects. And then the policy update, getting the library board activated, and then getting those policies written and approved and just in force. We're really excited about what the future holds for Oxnard and for the libraries, and we've made some really great steps with the reinvention. Next, I'm going to introduce Pam and Jesse, and they're going to talk about the Recreation Division.
Before we have Jesse and Pam come up, Councilmember Perillo had a question about if we can ask questions now about the library or if we want to take the presentation first. What's the pleasure of the council here? Okay, are you fine with that, Councilmember? I would agree with that as well. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue with the presentation, and then we'll call, I think, each division head up for our respective questions. So make sure you make note of that, Councilmember.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, council members. My name is Jesse Tapia, one of the community services managers. So I'll start off with some of our programs. The next page starts off with a snapshot of our programming. Our youth engagement is any contact that we had with youth 18 and up and under, which will go over some of those programs. And then our senior meals include home delivered meals, congregate meals, that are received by seniors. And our special event engagement include also any special events. Some of these are culture and community services events that recreation lead. So overall, the recreation division programs focuses on youth development, family engagement, senior services, sports, and neighborhood-based recreation. This slide is the slide that was added from the previous packet. So wanted to focus on a couple of programs. Our Special Populations Program. It's a program that offers recreation and social activities designed to encourage participation, build confidence, and foster social interactions in a supportive environment. Some of our key programs or offerings in those activities in that include our monthly fun club, our day at the park, our art classes, and some of our special events. Our special events include Down Syndrome Prom, Auto Run, Parent Appreciation and Color Run, Annual Down Syndrome Walk, Halloween Dance, Santa's Workshop with Oxnard PAL, and our Oxnard Christmas Parade. So these are some of the events that our OSP participants participate, as well as Challenger Sports that are offered in various sports. Another program that we want to touch on is our summer programming. So our Camp Serendipity, it's an 8-week summer day camp offered from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. to help families during the summer when schools are not in session. So they have weekly themes as well as field trips that they participate throughout the summer. And lastly, our Mobile Activity Center, which has two main sessions, a spring and a summer. In the springtime, whether it's a 2-week or a 1 week, depending on the school vacations. We go to 10 events, so either 2 parks or one in the morning, one in the afternoon, or 2 weeks. And then in the summer is an 8-week mobile activity center that goes to a park every week, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. On Fridays, they also have our City Core Train, our Jolly Jumps. In the last few years, we've actually partnered that with our movies at the park in the evenings. And then you'll see the Mobile Activity Center participate also in some special events. They'll be at the block parties that we had, as well as our community outreach events to provide activities while people are in the work sessions or the event that we have. Next, we'll talk about our City Core program. Our City Core program just celebrated 30 years in existence, started in 1995. So this is a youth development program with the goal to give youth real experience, job training skills. Many of our participants in this program have leveraged the skills that they've gotten to permanent positions, whether it's here in the city, in the county, or any other industries. So it's a program that you'll see around in a lot of our special events. They perform a lot of logistical parts in the events, whether it's internally for some of our events as well as external programs. More recently, we helped with the installation of smoke alarms, so 525 across 146 homes. And a big one in December was the delivery of sandbags to 56 households. So it was over 730 sandbags that were delivered. The program starts, we have two youth fifth grade classes, one in Rio Lindo and one at Haycox, is our junior city corps program. That's an introduction to this program. Then transitions to a student trainee model, which is ages 12 to 17, before the opportunity to become a leader trainee at the age of 18. So it's one of the programs that develops a pathway for programs, like I said, internally or externally. Our youth centers and our Oxnard PAL program. So our youth centers, we have 5 youth centers across the city. So we have our main Oxnard PAL on K Street. We have our Colonia Rec Center. We have our Durley Park Center, South Winds Park Center, and South Oxnard Center. So 5 youth centers that we have providing a safe place for participants to come after school, homework help, activities throughout the year. In addition to that, we have our Youth Directors Council that offers mentoring and youth leadership and volunteer opportunities for kids 12 to 18. So they'll have many opportunities to participate in programming and conferences, and workshops to develop their skills in leadership, as well as exposure to programs across the city. Some of these are partners with our partners you saw in our partner slide with National PAL, California PAL. These are some grants that help us facilitate these opportunities for our kids. At Oxnard PAL in Colonia, we have our sports. So I'll talk a little bit about our youth sports program in the next slide, but we also offer boxing, basketball, volleyball, flag football through our youth centers. And in the summer, we have our community cinema, as I mentioned, our summer lunch program. That's another partnership. Our back to school night resource fairs, turkey distributions, and Santa's workshop with toys. And the past couple of years, we've had our international PAL boxing tournament. Last year, we had over 900 boxers participate in this tournament with countries represented across the world. And then some of our numbers for special events, we have a little under 5,000 participants across our special events. Our youth sports programming, we have our sports camps in the summer. Most of our teams are comprised from partnerships with schools in various districts, as well as our youth centers at Colonia and our PAL. This last fall was our first year that we offered an all-girls flag football division. Was the first in the city, and I believe in the county as well. So this is a great and exciting time for our youth now that they have flag football in as a CIF in high school. So a lot of the junior high teams participated in the league this past season. So look forward to including those moving forward and those numbers growing. Our adult softball, we offer that year-round, spring, summer, and fall season. And our main sports are flag football, volleyball, basketball is our biggest one. We currently have over 140 teams in our season right now. That's in progress. And then we finish off with slow pitch softball and soccer for the junior highs, and boys volleyball. Our Meetup Cleanup program. So for the last 9 years, so this started 9 years ago, it's a beautification program for our parks. So it helps maintain city parks and public spaces clean. It also provides an environment for kids and community to come together and promote civic pride and engagement. A lot of the interactions that happen is not just the work that happens in the projects, but it's also the interaction between the individuals, the families, and the community. It takes ownership of a park, of an area, so it's really nice to see them even going back after a couple of events and seeing them upkeep that. So we schedule those throughout the year through our City Corps program, and some of them we will partner with environmental resource to have a little bigger cleanups. So that's a huge effort that the Meetup Cleanup program has evolved and continue to grow. Try to go to different parks and different areas that need that support. And lastly, for me, our recreation classes, as we said earlier, we say that we serve from toddlers and young kids all the way to seniors, and our recreation classes reflect that. So we have as early as preschool age classes that are offered. We call them preschool classes. And then we also have some different activities like Lego engineering, baking classes. We also have some art classes, some oil painting, and then we have our yoga en español, and then a couple of our senior programmings through our Sims program that happen in South Oxnard Center as well. So these recreation classes, we always look forward to see what the community needs are, see how we can improve, and add some classes through our programming. Now I'm going to have Pam Morrison continue the rest.
Each year, I truly appreciate the opportunity to share the incredible programs serving our students, families, and seniors throughout the city of Oxnard. For more than 20 years, the city has partnered with Oxnard School District through what many of you know as the Oxnard Scholars After School Program. A unique and powerful aspect of this program is that many of our current employees, ages 18 through 26, were once scholar students themselves. Today, they give back by providing academic support and enrichment activities during the school year, as well as spring and summer breaks. In 2023, we expanded our commitment to youth development by beginning a partnership with the Oxnard Union High School District through their apprenticeship program, READY, which stands for Relevant Employment Apprenticeships Designed for Youth. We currently have 12 high school students from various Oxnard high schools employed at Scholars Program sites across the city. These students are gaining real-world job experience learning with our staff in supporting younger students in our community. At this time, I'd like to recognize our after-school program analyst, Nancy Gonzalez, along with the students she supports from the READY program. If you could please stand. Nancy guides all of these students through the full hiring process, and you know, at times that can be daunting. From applications and interviews to live scans and onboarding, both for the city and for the after-school program. And she ensures that they are prepared for success. I'd also like to acknowledge our partners from Oxnard High School District, Christina Baylor, if you could please stand. Thank you. Who is the Career Development Specialist. And she supports all of these students through all the process with us. We are now getting ready to start the second cohort, meeting with the parents and them applying for this program in February. So we look forward to having more of the students from the high schools join us. In addition to Scholars, the city's Cultural and Community Services Department, City Corps, and the Hueneme School District ACES program, known as SHINE, which stands for Students Having Innovative and Novel Enrichment Experiences, have built a strong partnership for over 15 years. Our staff currently serves 10 Hueneme School District sites. SHINE goes beyond providing a safe and after-school environment by offering high-quality enrichment experiences. During spring break last year, the students participated in a dynamic Ninja Adventure course that promoted goal setting, perseverance, and physical fitness. Academically, the students were strengthened in their math with problem-solving skills through hands-on learning with ST Math. SHINE also expanded enrichment by offering swimming lessons, reinforcing water safety, wellness, and lifelong skills. And it was really enjoyed by all those who participated in that. Another vital area of our work is senior services. This program supports older adults by addressing key issues such as food insecurity, transportation, health and wellness, housing, and social isolation. These services are made possible through strong partnerships with organizations such as Dignity Health at St. John's, VCAAA, AmeriCorps, and Gold Coast Transit. As the baby boomer generation ages, we are experiencing the silver tsunami. Services are delivered through our 4 senior centers: Palm Vista, South Oxnard, Colonia, and Wilson. And we have expanded programming to include evening and late afternoon activities for seniors who are still working or seeking additional social engagement. The activities include Tai Chi and yoga, pool tournaments, and cultural activities such as loteria. These programs help seniors remain active, healthy, and connected to their community. As far as the challenges serving seniors, of course, most important is our food insecurities. As we look ahead, our division is working hard at making sure that we are meeting their needs. The senior population requires us sometimes to adapt programs along with addressing the insecurity and secure sustainable funding to maintain service quality. I'm going to now turn it back over to Jesse.
To continue the conversation about challenges, so some of our recreation facilities, challenges that we have are some of the aging facilities that we have, accessibility to sports fields or access to swimming pools and a senior center, as well as the changing community needs. We have the UCLA study with pathway programming, connecting programs, the current immigration situations that we have, as well as the growing populations are some of the challenges that we have. And the needs in those same areas, the infrastructure, investing in infrastructure of recreation facilities, and funding for community needs, so providing multi-generational programming and maintaining free and low-cost activities for families. And then for seniors, funding for senior nutrition program and positioning recreation as a whole as a frontline mental health and wellness support. So bringing it back to Terrell.
Thank you, Jesse. So now we're going to go over some of the larger departmental events. Keep in mind that every departmental event that we have, every single division actually has a role to play in it, whether it be arts, the library, or recreation. Maybe you've heard of this one. Some of you had the opportunity to do a little tasting in this one. It is our insect festival. It attracts about 5,000 people, and I do have to credit our city manager with the creation of that. We in recreation, I would say, didn't think it would work, but it has been overwhelmingly a success. Who would want to touch and taste bugs, right? A bunch of kids. The other event, and that we just had not too long ago, was our 18th annual Tamale Festival. Pointing out to that, we had 75 vendors and estimated 17,000 attendees. I would say that was the biggest one that we've actually ever had. Moving forward, it's our floats. I have at home some Super 8 film of our float and our events. Our float is about 50 years old, and we do have some elements still left of that, which would be our reindeer, because we have an upgraded float thanks to ARPA. But one thing that we've done most recently is expand the float. So now we have a spring float with the spring bunny. Everybody's been familiar the last 3 or 4 years, actually maybe 5 now, with our Halloween float in Jack Skellington. And then, of course, our Santa Claus float. Moving forward, I do want to bring attention. These are our block parties, but I really want to bring attention to our third annual Haunted Library. That is not a mistake. 1,300 participants. We've actually programmed around that event. That event has turned into our South Oxnard Center Block Party. It's been a tremendous success that our library has implemented. Moving forward, a lot of you have actually participated in this as participants as well as chaperones. And I want to let you all know you're more than welcome to be a chaperone this year. It's something that I think all council members should do. We take 1,600 children to grad night. Actually, it's May 22nd this year. And it is something that our kids look forward to. It's kind of like the graduation or coming of age that, when they get to go to this event and then they're off to high school. The last thing that I want to go ahead and bring up to you is something new. Sterling, who we have the contract with at the Performing Arts Center, they're offering 3 free concerts, and we're partnering with them. We're offering artisan booths and vendors at these concerts to give our artists an opportunity to sell their wares. Oh. And before we get into that, what I wanted to do is we do have our managers from our library as well as recreation here. If they could stand up because they do the wonderful work. And then before we get into questions, we do have a 45-second video that we wanted to go ahead and show you. So, Diego, if you can do your work. So thank you very much for your attention. If there's any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them.